So we had some questions from last week, and one of the questions was about chakras. About the colors of the chakra, about the number of petals in the chakra. Interesting questions, right? So anybody remembers the colors of the chakra? Starting from the bottom going up. Anybody remembers? Okay, so you have the Muladhara chakra. So let's start with Muladhara chakra color, which is red. And as we go up, Swadhisthana chakra, you have got orange, you have got yellow, then you have got green, then you have got blue, indigo, violet. It goes up like that. Now, why are these different colors? What is the difference in these colors? Why is it starting from red and it is going up into violet? Anybody thought about that? Oh, hot to cold. So red is hot and then it becomes cooler. Okay. So if you should look at the frequencies of these colors. Red has the lowest frequency and violet has the highest frequency. From the lowest frequency, it is going up to the highest frequency. Okay, so it is like your consciousness going up from the bottom of your spine to the top. So it is subtlest consciousness, gross consciousness going up to the most subtle one. Right, so at the Muladhara chakra you have the gross consciousness, and then you slowly go up into the subtler and subtler consciousness. So we had the grossest of consciousness at the bottom of the Muladhara chakra, and then slowly we progress up into Sahasrara chakra as the consciousness becomes more and more subtle. And that is why it is also represented by different elements. So when you start from the Muladhara chakra, the element is earth element or solid element. Then you have got the water element. Then you have got the fire element. Then you have got the air element. Then you have got the ether element. So again, from solid to the most subtle, our consciousness is going up. And same thing with the frequencies. That is why red is at the bottom. It has got the lowest frequency, and as you go up, you have the highest frequency at the Sahasrara chakra. Now, so this is normally what we see when it comes to colors. But what happens is that, a lot of meditators, when they meditate, they might get different colors. Have you heard about that? Somebody says that, okay, Muladhara chakra is maybe yellow in color. Okay, or some other color. It happens, right? So there is nothing wrong in that. It all depends on their own personalities and their own experiences, which is coming in deep meditation. But that is okay. But normally it starts with red and then goes up into violet. And in atmosphere it resembles something. You remember what it represents in atmosphere? Red going up to violet. Nobody? Asta, remember? Yes. Rainbow, right? And in atmosphere, it is a rainbow. So, from red going up into violet. Right? So, that is about the colors. Now, you have the petals. Have you thought about that? That is Muladhara chakra is represented by how many petals? 4 petals. Then you have got 6 petals, right? And slowly so the petals changes. Okay, you have got 4, you have got 6, you have got 10, 12, 16, here 2, and here 1000, right? So what does these petals represent? Anybody thought about that? Why are these number of petals different? again lotuses, but number of petals are different. Why? So this actually connects to our spinal region. So you have got your lumbar spine, right? And you have got the vertebral column. So each of these petals represents nerves coming out from that region, from the vertebra, from the spinal region. Okay, so you start with the Muladhara chakra. You have got 4 petals. You have got a corresponding spinal region. You have got your vertebra, which is L4 and L5. So 2 vertebra and is 2 nerve pairs coming out, right? So total of 4. That is why it is 4 petals. Same way you have got I think it is L1, L2 and L3, and 3 nerve pairs coming out of the Swadhisthana chakra. Okay, and then you have got the T8, T9, T10, T11, T12. So like that you have got each of these vertebrae in each section, right? And then it is all connected. So that is why it is connected to your spinal column and the number of nerves coming in that region. That's why different number of petals are coming up. And then finally we reach here. Now here, how many petals do you have? Shibi, remember how many petals we have here? Okay, so we have got 2 petals here, right? That corresponds to connecting into 2 lobes of your brain. So you have got your brain and it's connecting to 2 lobes, right? So, and then it reaches here, all the nerves are ending here on top of the brain itself. That is the Sahasrara chakra, right? So just imagine, thousands of years back, our yogis in deep meditation, they found all these subtle things and the connections, nerves and all that coming out of the spinal region, right? So that is how the chakras are connected in color and the number of petals and all of that. The same thing with frequencies. So when you're talking about frequencies when it comes to bija mantras, so each bija mantra is associated with each chakra, right? So we start with lam, vam, ram, yam, hum, om. So it goes like that. So it is also vibrations, right? So there is a lot of science in there. Okay, so it is not necessary that we understand the science, but it is nice to understand, right? So when I started these practices, I never used to think about science. Okay, your teacher tells you something, okay, namaste guru, that is it, right? But these days, now it is a WhatsApp world, right? So everybody is sending messages. Why petals? So yesterday, last week when I got this message, I said, okay, I never thought about that. Petals, why, how many petals? Why, how many petals? There is special Kundalini practices whereby they visualize these petals. They visualize these petals moving and all of that. More and more complicated things, right? So now you know why the petals are.